Keg, where are we?
We are in...
I just did that because I wanted to hear your croaky voice.
Whittington Castle.
What castle?
Is it Whittington? No, what is it?
I just like to hear you croaky way through it. Whittington Castle?
Whittington, yeah.
What?
I can't even talk.
She can't. So it's been great. She can talk just a little bit too much though still. But it's not COVID, is it?
It's not COVID.
She just lost
it's
the voice.
Cold.
And the voice went.
Thank you to the guy next to me on the second part of the plane that sniffed for 7.5 hours.
So, we're coming to investigate.
We are.
In a minute, we're going to meet our host who's going to take us around while Keg sets up, and we're going to see what we can find from Whittington Castle.
Yes.
Learn a bit of the history and a few of the ghost stories.
Yeah. Let's go do it. Let's do it. Okay. Why are you about as loud as I am?
Why am I whispering?
Could you make it sound like me?
I'm coming out in sympathy with you.
You are.
All right.
Okay.
My name's Catherine and I am the acting General Manager of Whittington Castle in Shropshire. I've been in post since June. Before that I worked here as a member of staff, but I'm doing maternity cover at the moment. We've actually got 3 castles on site. The one that you've just seen isn't the original castle. Right. In fact, it's not even a defensive castle at all. This was built as a home and as a statement of wealth from the family that built this one. The original castle is actually right behind you, over the bridge, and if you stand on the bridge that we've got, you can actually see a mound where we've got a structure on top called the Gloriette. We used to think that mound was just a viewing platform for the medieval gardens that we've got buried under the backfield. But it turns out that's not the case. When we had some archaeologists come here to have a look around and do some research, we were informed that was the original Motte and Bailey Castle that was built sometime after the Norman Conquest, which happened in 1066. So we know that we've got Motte and Bailey Castle there, and then sort of a little bit behind you there is another castle that was built later that eventually ended up being a castle with 5 turrets. Now that was the defensive castle at Whittington, very thick walls. We know that it played a major part in the anarchy, which is a kind of a civil war between Matilda and Stephen at the time for control of the throne. That was in 1138, I believe, but I might be slightly wrong with those dates. So we know that we've had a settlement here. We know it's been a defensive castle for a very, very long time. The castle that you've seen here and the main bit of the castle that you will have been in doing your investigations, that was built much later. Part of it's medieval, and it really was just built as a status symbol. It's facing the wrong way to start off with. It's actually facing what would have been the original A5. It's a Roman road running at the front of the castle, and it really is just a statement piece, so people could come past on the horses and their carts and the carriages and think, wow, somebody must have some money to live there. The walls aren't thick enough for it to be a defensive castle, unlike the other castle we've got over there that's a ruin.
Cool.
So this room, we call it the Lady Ellena room, and it's our function room. We use it for events, for weddings, for people hire it out for functions, various different things. So this building was used up until fairly recently as a residency, social housing. It's also at different times been a farm. We had a lady visit a few weeks ago. She burst in and she said, "Oh, I used to live here." And so she was an elderly lady, but apparently this room, she remembers this room as being her library. So when she was living here with other people, social housing, they had this as a library. So that was fascinating to see and to hear her stories of the place, and that she actually lived here when she was a child.
Did she say she had anything happen?
She didn't say that she'd had anything happen. We were actually in the middle of a meeting, so she burst in and was very apologetic. But I've had experiences in this room, and other people have said that they've had experiences in here.
Right.
So the most recent thing that's happened to me here was a couple of months ago. During the day, I had a friend of mine doing a photo shoot in here. She'd hired a professional photographer. So they had everything set up in this part of the room, and the door was open, and I brought them through some drinks. And the photographer, I thought it was the photographer, said to me, it's great, isn't it? And I was like, yes, it is great. It looked amazing. And I went to give her a drink, came behind the door, and there was nobody in the room. So it was just a disembodied woman's voice. And I was like, yeah, that was interesting. And I was like, quickly back out.
Well, at least somebody approved.
Well, they obviously liked what we'd done with the place, so that was really good. We have weddings in here.
Yeah.
Normally, the celebrants and the couple are at that end of the room, so all of the seating sort of comes back from there towards the curved bit of the room, which we're at the bottom of a tower here. And people who are sensitive, some people are sensitive, some people are psychic, they don't like that end of the room.
Right.
For whatever reason, they feel not so comfortable there, whereas at the front they're quite happy. So, but that bit is actually under the tower.
All right. Cool. So do you ever go up above?
My office is up there.
Oh, that's where your office is?
Yeah.
Have you had anything happen in your office?
I have had things happen in my office. Again, during the day, I was working at my desk, and one of my colleagues was on the floor actually putting some newspaper cuttings into a scrapbook, and I turned around to speak to her, and there was a man standing at the side of my desk, right next to me, and then he just disappeared.
Modern clothes, old?
No, older. I didn't look at his face, I just could see that it was a man. He was in grey, sort of like woolen fabric.
Right.
I wouldn't say, we're not talking Anglo-Saxon here, but we're talking sort of early 20th century dress, I would say. So
it's fairly modern.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, well, that just happened then. So, you know, not all of the hauntings here have to be particularly old ones.
So during its time, was there a lot of fighting? Was there a lot of death? I mean, there was.
Yeah, there was. So throughout, we're right on the borders. We're right on the border of Wales, and so there have been a number of battles, a number of sieges between the Welsh and the British. The castle swapped hands a number of times. Eventually, the whole of Whittington village and the castle was razed to the ground. The whole place was destroyed. So. Yeah, there's been a lot of bloodshed, a lot happening. I mean, we have evidence of fighting happening here. Just with the archaeology that we've got, we can see where the castle still shows evidence of it being a defensive castle, where people would have, the archers, for example, where they would have sat, where they would have stood to fire their arrows. We've found cannonballs in the moat, so I've got one of those on my desk, which is really nice. They do show up every so often.
Somebody found one. Just to introduce who this strange person is behind me.
My name is Lee, one of the trustees. I guess Catherine's apprentice.
Okay, and how long have you been here?
Not that long. I've lived here for about 6 years, something like that.
Right, and
but not been a trustee.
You were telling us earlier you found a cannonball in your garden?
Yes, found a cannonball. Well, the previous people that's where I live, a few hundred yards that way, which I believe my garden would have originally been part of the extended grounds of the castle. And you can tell that just from the geology of the ground, of the garden themselves. But previous owners, I think somebody's grandma found a cannonball when they were digging an unfired cannonball, which they had verified at Oswestry Museum. And they said that would have been from a period a few hundred years ago. I can't remember what civil war it would have been. One of the most recent civil wars in living memory. And they had another version of one of these cannonballs in Oswestry Museum, probably similar to what you've got as well, Catherine. And these people had it and they'd taken it away for years, and they came back and gave it to me and said, this actually kind of belongs to that house, so we're giving it you back. So it's
cool.
part of the house.
That's
So,
awesome. Yeah. Excellent.
So this is again base of the tower.
Yeah.
We have a well here.
Oh,
fortunately, it's covered over, so it's
Can't see
perfectly.
it now.
You can't really see it, and it's been filled in. So it's
okay.
only about 4 foot
4
deep.
foot, yeah.
So it's perfectly safe to stand on. So there has been some activity. There's been some documented activity in here actually.
Right.
There was a group in, and a book came off the shelf.
Oh.
So that was then picked up by another group who are quite well known called Most Haunted. It was a program on television.
Yeah. In the old days. Now, did you say, and I'm going to bring it up because you did say, but you weren't sure, and I'm going to ask you whether you knew about it, about a child falling down the well, or
No, I have
that a
heard
thing?
this. I have heard the story of a child falling down the well. I've also heard the story of the children that accidentally got locked themselves into a trunk.
and we're going up to that room.
We'll go up to that
Yeah.
room. But I don't know if it's
All right.
true about the child falling
Yeah.
down the well.
Can't be
Yeah.
verified.
No.
Cool.
But to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, because they're dangerous places to be around.
oh, so what's this one little room here? Was this just part of the
Oh,
tower?
so yeah, this little room, we just use that for showcasing the armour that we've got
Right.
here. Again, a lot of the castle has been sort of modified, changed. So, for example, the staircase that takes you upstairs isn't the original staircase,
Yeah.
but we've got evidence of the original spiral staircase in one of the cupboards under the stairs.
All right.
So, you know, it's. I think a lot of it got altered when it was made into social housing. Yeah, it comes complete with authentic spider webs.
That's okay.
So this is the room that we call the dungeon.
Right.
When we do school tours, I tend to bring all the children in here and shut the door, and we imagine what it would have been like. However, it was not a dungeon.
No.
If anything, it would be a card room of some sorts. But saying that, it is a very active room.
Right.
So every single investigation that we've had here previously have picked up on, you call them EVPs?
Yeah.
In here. And they can be quite aggressive in the words that they use, quite, they swear a lot, and don't seem to like men.
Okay.
And there's one name in particular that comes up.
Get you to join us later. We found ourselves a man to come in.
Yeah, they can be quite aggressive.
Yeah.
Just in what it's said,
Yeah.
what's said, it's just not very pleasant. And you do get a lot of names mentioned in this room as well. Would you like to know what those names are?
Yeah, actually, I would be very curious to
Yeah.
see what the names.
So the one of the names that gets mentioned quite a lot is Frank.
Right.
And there's another name that gets mentioned, which is Patrick.
Okay.
So that would be interesting to see
Yeah.
if you get anything like
Yeah.
that. But again, there's never any problems in here with women. It's just generally men they don't like.
Cool.
So this is our landing area. We have this for registrars when they meet the bride and groom before weddings. My office is up the stairs and along there.
Right.
So my office is in one of the towers. The office opposite, people don't like it in there at all.
Okay.
Really don't like
Have they had things actually happening in there that
Well-
makes them dislike it, or?
We get footsteps across the landing quite a lot.
Yeah.
So I hear those when I'm in the office, but most of the staff now know to call out and say, it's me.
Yeah.
So I know it's either, I know whether it's a living person or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's quite common, hearing the footsteps
Yeah.
across here.
Cool. All right.
I'll take you
That's
through to
true.
the classroom.
Okay.
So this room, we call it it's the Fitzwarren room. That's what we name it. Old school room, the old classroom. We have quite a lot of activity in here, mainly children's voices.
Right.
So somebody's in
Okay.
there. So mainly children's voices in
Right.
here, and quite often the presence of an adult as well. So yeah, this can be quite an interesting room to be in.
Now, you were talking about 2 children who died on site.
So there is a story. Again, I couldn't say whether I can't verify it, but children playing up here, and they playing hide and seek or some similar game, and they climbed into a trunk, and the trunk lid closed, and they locked themselves in, and the story is that they actually died.
Right.
So
they weren't found?
They weren't found until they were dead, no.
Okay.
Tragic, really, really tragic if that's actually happened. But we do have children here. You hear the voices all the time. I tend to, if I'm in here, I'm okay in this room.
Yeah.
It's sometimes in there.
All right.
But it's more sort of sensing things or hearing things,
Yeah.
and you hear things move or you hear things fall over.
Yeah.
Or, but this room tends to be okay. I've not had anything in here.
Experience in here.
No, the only places I've had the personal experiences are downstairs in the Lady Ellena room, and funnily enough in the tea room.
Okay.
So we had a bit of poltergeist activity in there a few months ago.
Okay.
So this area, fairly recently, Time Team did an investigation here. They came to the castle, but they also they were looking at the links between the castle and the hall down the road, and they found evidence of a preceptory and a knight's hospitaller. So basically, pilgrims sort of coming back from pilgrimage to the Holy Land, knights who've been out of the Crusades, they would pass through here. They would go there, probably here as well, we would imagine. So you've got lots of movement of people, pilgrims from the Holy Land. And there's so much happening. The A5 outside is a Roman road.
Yeah.
So it's
That's awesome.
all sorts of things going on here.
Can't help looking at your wood. I'm so
I know,
fascinated.
it's amazing.
I'm so fascinated by the witch marks these days. That I keep looking. You look like you've got one on the door, front
We've
door
got
coming
one on
in.
the door coming in.
So it was a witch mark I saw. Because there was no such letter as a W back then, was there?
No, there wasn't. So I didn't know that was a witch mark up until about 2 months ago, a month ago maybe, and it was pointed out by somebody who's an expert in these things that is a witch mark.
I saw it while I was looking at the door, and it's like, oh my God,
witch
they've got
mark.
witch mark.
Well, the castle, I think it was last inhabited as a home, so in the 1960s, from what I can recall from the records. And then it fell to ruin, really. And it wasn't really restored to like it is now. I mean, there's still work that we need to do, and it's ongoing. But it was really in the late 1990s when the Friends of Whittington Castle got together, did some fundraising. Eventually, they managed to purchase the lease for the castle and its grounds, and eventually it formed as a charity and then became a charitable trust to keep it open for the public, because it is actually a castle that's owned by a family, and 3 of them are on the board of trustees.
Right.
But it's just to keep it open, keep it accessible.
Cool.
So,
excellent. All right. Well, thank you for that.
You're most
showing
welcome.
us around, and we'll let you know later what we get.
that'd be really interesting. No, I love hearing
All
what we
the
get.
stuff. So, all right. So, if there is anybody here tonight that's been watching us put all this stuff out, I'm sure you've seen most of it before. So there's various lights. It's not witchcraft, depending what era you're from. This is what we use today. And if you go close to it, you might be able to set one of these lights off. And that just lets us know you're there. I can't see you, I can't hear you. You need to do something for me to know you're there. Now, my name's Alison.
My name's Cag.
My name's Lee.
And you would know Lee. You'd have seen him around. So if there is anybody here, did you used to live in this castle? There was 3, wasn't there?
Because you've got the Motte and Bailey,
Yeah,
then you've got that tower there,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then this is like the Folly type one, wasn't it? So,
The fortified house.
fortified house, yeah, so.
I think there would have been settlements at the back in
Yeah.
the field as well, so there would have been. Well, I live a few hundred yards that way,
Right,
and I think depending on how far you go back,
yeah.
where my garden is and everything, that would have been originally part of the extended castle
Okay.
grounds, probably where battles would have been fought.
Wow.
Somebody found a cannonball in my garden,
Oh,
the previous owners, and
Oh, that's so cool.
unfired cannonball, probably from like the Civil
How
War.
cool would
that's
it be
so
to
cool.
find a cannonball in
Yeah.
your garden?
Yeah, it's in the house now. So, yeah. But I dug down quite deep recently. I was trying to do a borehole,
Yeah,
and was quite deep.
yeah.
I mean, I'm talking like 15 feet deep, I guess. I think that's deep anyway. And started to find remains of a horse,
Oh,
like horse's teeth.
Oh, wow.
But again, not sure how old
Yeah.
that could have been from hundreds of years ago.
wow. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. If that was you.
So yes to the horse, I don't know.
Hundreds of years old. You're just playing to see what it does. So it's a case of we don't know what set that off. It has to be motion and a change in temperature though to set it off.
Right,
So that's not EMF.
okay.
And if anybody can hear a fridge, the fridge is nowhere near the equipment.
No.
Oh,
And if
there
it,
was the yellow light with the
Oh,
numbers on. That's
now it becomes more interesting.
What was that?
Up on there, you can see a little yellow light. Oh, it
stopped
stopped.
now. There
No,
we are.
there we go.
Oh yeah,
All
the
right.
air pressure.
That's the air pressure changing
Interesting.
around it. But what interests me more is you've now had 2 pieces of equipment that work on completely different triggers. So that's motion and temperature,
Yeah,
that's air pressure changing.
yeah,
So it's not even the same trigger that sets them off.
yeah.
Can you see the lantern that's in the hallway there? Lanterns haven't really changed in shape, have they?
Oh,
Oh,
all right.
pick
And
a
now
lock.
we've got EMF. The chances of now we having 3 different triggers and 3 different equipment in such a short space of time is
Yeah.
actually a little more interesting. For me, it's more curious now
Yeah,
than if just one random bit of equipment goes off. It's almost like
There's 3 different parts of the room as well.
something's going around just trying out all the equipment. Thank you for that. So that's EMF, that's air pressure, and that's movement and
I don't
temperature.
know if it's psychological. I actually feel like really cold.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah,
a little bit chilly on my arms as well.
but it was roasted in here,
I
really.
know, that's why I
Yeah.
had to take my
yeah,
jacket
so
off.
it was quite warm.
I'm actually quite chilly now.
It was 21 degrees, wasn't it? No, it's
What is it?
18.6.
Oh,
Oh,
what
that
else
was
just-
the EMF strip.
Okay,
light.
the EMS strip's just gone off as well. All right, you've got our attention. Some nights we get nothing going off on the equipment. Thank you. If you've been looking at it, it's almost like, as I said,
They're going
if
through.
ghosts exist, it's almost like it's trying out different bits
Yeah.
of equipment and just seeing what. That could be my interpretation on it. Actually, I might do an EVP while we're doing this.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
that.
I won't have to ask these again. All right, well, very quickly, we're going to put this box on.
Oh, it's been interesting so far.
The equipment's been interesting. It's gone quiet again, though. So I'm not touching it. All right, so there's a little box right in front of me that's got an orange light on it. If you try and put your voice on there, we can listen back, see if you said anything, and then we can talk. You know our names. Can you give us your name?
That was me.
Were you part of the family that lived here? Were you on the Welsh side? Maybe the English that fell in battle?
Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us? Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us? Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us?
What's that? That sounded like...
Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us?
We didn't tap anything.
No.
Maybe you're just passing through.
That's right on the microphone.
Yeah, it seems like somebody's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's why we have that on us.
Oh, you were a child.
So that's interesting.
Okay.
That's almost like the flick we got on it yesterday.
Maybe you're just passing through.
It's wood. Whoa, hello.
Come talk to us. Oh, hello.
So no voices, but that's sitting there. It sounded like wood.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded
This
like.
was, yeah. I mean, if you'd have knocked it, you'd have had to like knock it twice, wouldn't you, rather than brush
And it
past
would have to be, yeah, and it'd have to be quick and...
It wasn't like
No.
that. It was, you know.
But it's more that
Yeah, it's
lighter
almost
tap.
like somebody did that.
Yeah.
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 Maybe you're just passing through. Want to come and talk to us?
I'm wondering whether you might, because there's activity over there,
Yeah.
you probably had the most on the strip lights over there. There's obviously some of the armoury around there.
Is that the
Yes.
armoury, was it?
Yeah.
And I can't remember the exact, I think it even told you over there, but some of the exact history, but some of the, well, I think all of them were found here in the grounds
Okay.
at various points.
Ah.
So, and one of them, I can't remember if it's a chest plate or a helmet, can't remember, but one of them shows where it looks like somebody would have struck them in battle, almost like a killing blow or something. I may be wrong, but have you just checked that? So
Wow.
that there must be there's definitely some history,
Yeah.
pretty
Well,
negative
it's
history
definitely a
associated
definite,
with
yeah.
that.
And that would be just one.
And it's just there on the left,
Okay.
you know.
That's where the lantern is going into that doorway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if I put the headphones on and go into it? Oh, thank you. Is that... You want me to do that? Would you like me to go into there? And then I can answer questions. I'll
Well, what if
stand
you just stand in the doorway to the armoury and I'll be able to see you?
I just trod on the music box.
What?
But you can see me here, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just going to whisper questions. That's just good.
Keep out.
Okay.
Think with keep out or keep up.
Okay. Did you lose your life in a battle?
Harris. What's...
How many living people are in this building today, please? Can you tell me how many living
Joseph.
Is that your name? Are we talking to a Joseph?
I think that said your name, Lee.
That's not creepy, is it?
Not at all.
And that's the reason why she records it, so that when we play it back, we see whether it was definitely Lee or not.
Yeah.
So,
We're here.
that's lovely. Can you tell me who you are, please? I don't mean to be rude, but I'd love for you to... My name's Cag. And obviously you know Lee. My friend Alison is there with some funny...
Too old.
We are too old, I know. We're very old, especially Alison.
Is it a child? Are you a child? And that we're too old? Just a thought.
No, that's cool.
Please.
What do you want? What can we help you with?
Go.
Oh, don't you want us here? If you want us, you don't want us here.
Boy.
Oh, boy. Okay, look, if there is a child here, I've got 2 boys. Men now.
Oh, that sounds like a little boy. Go.
If you really want us to leave, just say get out.
No.
Okay.
A voice.
I don't want.
Owen or Yowen?
How many children are here? Can you tell me how many children?
What year is it? What's the date?
Stop. Kid.
If there is a child here.
Here.
Okay. Can you tell me how old you are?
Young.
Does seem to be children based, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That sounds like Ewan again. It's not Owen, but Yowen.
Well, it could be Owen, but just the way it's been said.
Yeah. I mean, Owen is, definitely would be a Welsh.
Yeah.
Here. Magic.
It is like magic, isn't it?
That sounded like a child as well.
It is like magic. And you have permission to go and light up all of these lights. If you want to play with them, you are more than
2.
So if there's 2 children here, can you say yes for me, please? Go tell Alison and say
Hello.
Oh, hello. Is this somebody else?
It's an older voice.
Okay. Isn't it interesting how none of the equipment much is going off in here anymore?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything?
Seems a lot to do with children, didn't it?
Yeah.
Is Yowen a name?
Owen, definitely.
Owen, yeah. No.
That would be
There
Welsh.
seemed to be a slight Y definition on the. It came through twice.
Could be pronunciation, but I'm just wondering whether, because it seemed child-based and you were
Yeah.
over there, is it not that you were picking it up from the armoury? Is it actually it was more in the library where people have spoke about child? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, just because I always say just because we're in one room doesn't mean to say we'll get something about that room. It can be anywhere.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, anywhere in this vicinity can come in and
Yeah.
talk.
It did seem to be very child-based, though.
The voice that was saying Ewan.
Is that you?
Or Ewan or Yowen, whatever way it's pronounced.
Yeah.
I still think it was Owen, but with a slight
Accent.
accent of a Y on somewhere on the beginning of it. That was either female or child, because you know how the voices can be the same. And then they've got a male that said hello, came in. And that leave, young, leave, or go.
Well, it's weird because
It's almost like it wasn't us, and it could be to my total interpretation of it. So none of it is fact. It's just how I interpret it.
I
by
had
listening
been
to it.
asking if you're not happy with us being here, because you said
It's
leave.
quite loud.
And I said, can you tell us to get out? And then
There was a couple of goes, wasn't there?
yeah. And then after a little while I said, how old are you? And then you said, young. And then, was it get out?
Go.
Go.
Young go.
Young go?
Yeah.
What was it, young and...
It's like the child shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Move on.
That was been interesting, man. And none of the equipment went off in here.
Which is interesting that so much of the different equipment went off as if something, which again would say childlike.
Yeah.
What's that do? What's that do? What's that do? What's
Even that
do?
noise on here was like, what's this?
And what's this?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was definitely a child, either a boy, that said magic,
Right.
and that was very clear. Magic.
And this would be like magic.
And this would, for something back then, would be like witchcraft magic.
It's hard to know, isn't it?
It is.
Or is it fleeting?
Yeah.
You know, like if we catch fleeting glimpses of them.
Did I catch fleeting glimpses?
Exactly.
All right, so I'll do the filming this time.
Okay.
And you can have your croaky voice and lead.
Can I?
Because I think it's funny.
Don't make me laugh though, because that's the problem.
Oh,
Otherwise
I
I'll
have
stop.
to. No, we have to laugh.
Can't laugh.
Because it's so funny. The people love Kaggle's laugh.
Keggle's laugh isn't very good at the moment.
What's her singing voice like?
It's absolutely sharp.
Because this would be acoustics.
It'll be fantastic, but it's crap. Right. So if you're here tonight, can you light up a light, please, or make a noise so we know that you're here? Just go towards any of the lights that won't hurt you. If there's any children here, we've got lots of toys on the floor. If you used to live here, or worked here, or even fought in this area. All that fight between the English and the Welsh. Did you want to do an EVP burst? Or?
Well, that's jumping right in, isn't it?
Well, I suppose it is. I was wondering whether to do a ghost box session, to be truthful.
Very noisy. Is it wrong? So I just don't feel anything in this room.
I don't feel anything in this room either. Feels quite nice.
It does, doesn't it? Oh,
Oh, no, you said that.
it's like a oi.
See, that's done nothing the whole time I've been in here.
Okay.
And I've been sat in here for a while waiting for you. Can you light a different light up on there for me, please? Can you try and light a different one up?
About the one with the cow. What about that one?
It's just sprang into my head. We didn't tell her what time we wanted breakfast.
Oh no.
Don't ask me why. I needed to. Well, I'm sat here doing an investigation while I'm thinking about breakfast. But I am, and I've
Well, we
forgot.
can leave a note for her
Yeah.
in the morning. You sure you're not ADHD?
No, I just sat here going, oh.
I'm rubbing off.
We want the cow to come. Well, maybe I was thinking of cows, beef, food, breakfast. Don't know. I haven't got a clue. Maybe I mean, no, I'm not
Maybe.
ADHD. Can't have two of us with ADHD. Can only cope with one. Can't even cope with one.
And yet here you are.
Well, I'm a woman on the edge.
I can drive you closer to that edge.
You're doing so well. good, doesn't it?
Ooh. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
You did really well there. Well done. How many years have you been singing that?
I'll forget it tomorrow. Do you like music? If you like music, all you got to do is light up and we'll sing some more. There used to be World War. German soldiers kept here camp
Oh, was there?
on the land, not on the castle here, but just out there on their land, on the castle's land.
Oh, interesting.
Mm.
Can you
Do you know any German shongs?
Songs? No.
Shongs.
The Einschweig, Dry, Vier, Fünf, Sechs, Sieben.
You might not know that one.
No, that's counting.
Oh.
It's not a song. I could sing it if you want. Einschweig, Dry, Vier, Fünf, Sechs, Sieben. I don't know if you know it's right. But that's as far as my German goes.
Ah dear. Oh, that's a different one this
Oh,
time.
it was.
It's another one without anything next to it.
So if you can find the one with the cow. I know she sat next to me, but the one on the with the lights.
See,
Find the one with
people
the lights.
say, you know, poor Cag, stop bullying her.
Mm. They don't got a clue, have they?
No. You know what? I just don't feel. I think we're wasting our time here.
Well, how can you say that when you've got lights going off? There could be somebody down there trying really hard.
I'm doing a side eye guy.
Oh, I'm not talking. You don't do it in the next 5 seconds.
If you
I'm
don't
going.
do it in 5 seconds, I'm moving.
Not going to use this footage.
No, I'm not. You're right. Whoever's in here misses out. All right, do ghost box and get your ghost box out.
Let's do the ghost box.
I haven't done that for a while. Hold your ears, everybody.
Yes, and we're using a ghost box. And I don't care. I'm not explaining the reason why. Okay? We're using it because we can and we want to. Oh!
That was a cow.
Was it the cow?
And you got in right in the way of shot.
Oh, sorry.
It was a cow that time. Thank you.
Well done.
Well done. All right, we'll wait a little bit longer then.
Let's see.
Yep, you were probably
No,
your
normal one. It's normally called negative Nancy, but you know.
your backside just got in the way of the cow. Typical.
Well,
Could you do the cow again?
Don't make me laugh.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
Come on, you can do it. You do that cow. It's my pleasure. That's me getting my own back. Meanwhile, I catch something horrible off you.
I can't breathe. Bitch.
This is for the amount of time she's laughed when I've had a table hit my head. When I've fallen down a cliff. When I got my feet stuck on the underside of a helicopter. Broken my ankles. All those times.
Oh dear. Okay, I'm alright now.
Shame. Let's try box.
Because I can't. It's reflecting on that.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to do that? Hold that.
That's what I can do.
Maybe I can hold it. If there's somebody there, can you tell me what toy animal's on the floor?
Breast jaw.
Let's say breast something.
Did you get breast from? It went you got breast. Breast.
Well, I thought it was like breast jaw. I don't know what breast jaw is, but
What animal? What toy animal's on the floor? You try really hard to tell me. What was that?
sounded like, you know, it's meant. It sounded like Wolf Creek. Or Hannibal Lecter, sorry.
That's it, yeah. We're going to have to go in a bit. We need to go into the other building.
Did you live in the castle? In the house? Alright, I'm gonna go. Bye.
Alright.
Alright, I reckon we get moved.
Alright, ready to turn this off then?
I am just gonna put it on sear.
Okay.
Well, good to go. Oh,
Oh,
you just turned the light on.
can we just do that again? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you do that now? Do it again for the camera. Alright, Carrie, I think
Ready to go? We'll turn the lights off.
we're ready to go.
Okay. Alright, lights off.
Oh, have you got them all?
What the fuck?
What? Oh,
Didn't do it.
that's because it's not when you turn them on. You turn them on.
Okay.
I look like two big fat old ladies just sitting in a chair. Ooh. That looks like the hotel from last night.
Oh my god, it does, doesn't it?
So there's a picture of a guy in a staircase, but that staircase looks like the hotel from last night.
That's weird.
Mm.
Alright.
Alright. If there's anybody here tonight, my name's Alison,
My name's Kag.
and we're just here to chat and see if anybody wants to talk to us. You've got all these lights that we put out. Why haven't you turned the lights on?
Oh,
We would have a lot of lights out,
good.
except somebody's forgotten to
Oh.
turn them on.
Red?
Oh, no.
No, we didn't have all the lights on. Somebody didn't do it.
No, somebody didn't do it. That's a lovely arse shot there.
Oh.
That's not good look. Hmm. That's what happened last night.
That's weird.
Well, the thing is, could it be there's EMF under the floor? Or is it just...
With the lights from down below. A different part.
Yeah. I might have to... Just to double check and make sure it's not something on the floor that's...
level,
The
isn't
balls
it?
have gone. Where'd it go? You haven't even turned the ball on, have you?
No, because it's not a what's name ball.
Oh, isn't it?
No, look, it's EMF.
How do you know it's in there? Why is no other EMF going on?
No, that's the battery, isn't it?
It's batteries.
Okay,
Alright,
we've got this.
we have. Oh, picture.
Oh,
Oh, a man behind bars.
looks a bit grumpy. No.
Doesn't look too happy. No, the ball's not very good.
Can you stop playing with my ball?
I think its battery's running out too.
Are you low on energy as well? Alright.
I'm dreaming of
A
a one bed, just like the ones I used to know, with the fluffy pillow and mattress so willow.
Okay, come on, somebody's here. Any children here? We've been told there's children around. We put some toys out for you. If you want to play with the toys, you're more than welcome to. There's a ball next to them. There's lots of different lights here if you want to play with those as well.
Oh, that was well timed.
Excellent. Thank you for that. Do you like that one? That's one of my favourites. I'm going to count down from 5 down to 1. And when I get to 1, you're going to play that tune for me and show me how clever you are. Are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, play the tune for me. All done, it's all good.
What about we try?
Throwing stuff on the floor. Children, shall we all do that? Come on, children, let's throw things on the floor. Let's see who can throw things better than Alison.
Nobody. I'm an expert. Alright, I've got a little box here. And when it works really well. Just not a moment.
Is that when we're tired, it doesn't work at all.
What's wrong with it?
Did you turn it on?
Oh no, it's on, but it's not.
Ah, there we are.
I think it was just having a think.
No, I think it was the user.
I'm going to put that down there, look. Alright. Alright, so if there is anybody there, there's a little box just by my feet there. And if you can put your voice on it, that would be really good. And we can listen back. And we can see what you've said.
Now, Alison is very, very tired. So what we need you to do, we need you to do a load of stuff now, so she's got enough for an episode, and then we can leave you in peace and we can go to bed.
And enough that it wakes me up. And we can chat. Alright, so I heard that there were some children in here. I heard the 2 children got into a trunk and they weren't found until it was too late.
Well, that's not a nice thing to talk about, is it? Why would you do that?
They might have forgotten.
Oh yes, right, just re-traumatise them. Poor, just ignore her. So if there's any children in here,
Oh, ball. Isn't it
you leave my balls alone. And do you know why it wasn't lighting up me? The cow.
Why?
Because it's a pig. They're probably going, what are we talking about? It's a pig.
Where's the cow?
Where's the cow? It's no cow.
Why happened to your cow?
I don't know.
You had a cow.
Oh, I did. Don't know what it is.
Are you getting delirious now?
I don't know.
You've been on something.
If only.
You can see it stopped. You scared them off, Keg.
Voice recorder, come on, we need to
Well,
play that back
I
now.
think we should really do another EVP session.
Well, I think we should play that back because they might have joined in with us. They might have joined in with their laughing. You never know.
Keg thinks you might have joined in. Yeah, no, doubt it.
How rude. How rude. They're probably trying their best. And you, negative Nancy there. Oh, I don't think they're that.
Well, let's put bets on it.
Well, you just reminded them how they died, the poor things.
Traumatised.
Exactly. They probably know after all these years they might have forgotten, but no, let's just re-traumatise them.
Alright, so if there is anybody there, there's a little box just by my feet there. Maybe you can put your voice on it. That would be reasonably good.
Why would they want to be by your feet, by the way?
You can see what you...
So if there's any children in here,
Oh,
you leave my balls alone. They're probably going, what are we talking about? It's a pig.
where's the cow?
Where's the cow? It's no cow.
Why would you cow? Oh, music box.
Thank you.
Well, I think we should really do another EVP session.
I think we should play that back because they might join in with us. They might join in with us. Oh, that was sad.
Alright. So, Keg, how do you feel about sitting playing with the children and I do my Estes?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll just touch my camera then, shall I? Whoops.
So I just throw your other stuff on the floor. That's all. Oh, shit.
So, in a nutshell, Keg is just kicking everything everywhere. You get yourself positioned and then I'll
Oh, I've just kicked another one.
Alright.
Okay, so I hear there's children here. Do you want to come and play with them? We've got some games here. Do you want to sing a nursery rhyme to start off with? Ring, ring a roses, a pocket full of posies. Let it shoot, we all fall down. Do you like singing nursery rhymes? I'm sorry, my throat isn't very good at the moment. But do you like nursery rhymes? Is that what you used to sing? There's a lady sat on that chair over there, her name's Alison. And if you go and talk to her, she'll be able to hear what you're saying. Can you tell us if you like nursery rhymes, can you say to her yes? If you don't, can you go and say to her no? If you like toys, I've got a doll if there's a little girl here. I've got a little pig as well. I've got these things here. They've got lots of different names.
Ball!
And I've got a ball here. We can play with this one. Do you want to play this one, this bowling game? Should we give it a go? Are you ready? I've got this ball go down. It goes downhill.
No!
Are you ready? there it is. Oh no, wrong one. There it is. That's me. Can you tell me how many did I knock down? I'm holding it up for you. How many did I knock down? Can you tell me? Wasn't very good this time.
Hate.
Hate? What do you hate? Shall we try it again? Are you ready? Let's play bowling. You ready? Let's do this. Alright, so I've got the ball. How many did I knock down? Oops, nervous. I knocked that one down accidentally. I thought I knocked down more than that. Oh, here it is. How many did I knock down this time? Can you tell me? How many did I knock down? I think these are called pins. Can you tell me how many? No, it's very sad you don't want to play with me. I'd love to play games. I've got some sweets here as well. Do you want a sweet? I'll open them for you back on the canister. I don't know how it opens. I can't see in the dark. I'm sure there's a way. Would you like a sweet? Will you join me? Ooh, I've opened it. What sort of delicious things we've got in here? I haven't got a clue what that is. Or how old it is. That's yummy.
Absolutely nothing.
There's a lady sat on the chair there. Can you go and pull her hair for me? Pull it really hard. So she knows you're there. Go and pull it really, really hard. She won't mind. Not in the slightest.
Are you feeling the floor vibrate?
No.
Like a truck going through?
No.
There's absolutely nothing I can hear coming out of this.
Okay. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. Well, I'm very disappointed. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more interaction, or some interaction. Alright, let's just stop this then. There's just nothing.
There's just nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I think we saw the best of it down in the...
Yeah, I think we did.
All right, well, we tried.
We did.
We did try. Okay, that is the end of Whittington Castle. I've had a kiss. Oh, you're kidding me. Now it does it. We were about to say that's the end of our investigation at Whittington Castle because nothing is happening.
Typical.
And then off it goes.
That hasn't gone off the whole time it's been
No.
there. Honestly.
Can you do that again, please? Just once? Maybe we'll sing it for you. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, I hate you, and now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Oh dear.
Bitch.
It's the same song as what's on that music.
Probably good. I'm not even joining in with that. No.
No. All right. Well, let's go back to winding it up then. All right. As we were saying, we are now finished at Whittington Castle.
Yeah.
From what I can remember from all of the stuff we've done tonight, the little room downstairs, I think, is the winner.
Yes.
And I wonder if that's because Lee was with us, and it would be very familiar with Lee.
Yeah.
So maybe that made a big difference. Maybe we should have kept him for the rest of it. But the rest of it has been fairly quiet. I do have to obviously listen back, watch, see what happened.
Bit fun though.
It's been a lot of fun. We love it here. And I would just like to thank Whittington Castle for having us here to investigate. And definitely, it's very picturesque as well, which you would see
Beautiful, beautiful. And they've got a great shop.
Oh, they have. So
Great
pop
for
in.
Christmas shopping.
If you're near Whittington, pop in and say hi to everybody. And we are going to keep moving. Tomorrow we have a 6-hour drive, all the way, at least, to Scotland.
Mm-hmm.
And from here on in, you will be getting Scottish episodes. Can't wait. Love Scotland. Okay. Keg's homeland. All right, we're going to go. Catch you later. And for all those Scottish people who are not having a dig,
No.
Keg is half Scottish. Her mum was Scottish, so
Yeah. It's a family thing.
it's a family thing. All right, we'll catch you later. Bye.
Bye.